where does the world stand on the fight over vaccine patents? Well, we have this visualization of the current stated position of different world governments. And you can see there now, the US is green, yay. And then most of the world that is still very much struggling with the pandemic is green, has been green for some time, calling for this. You can see there both South Africa and India, they've been original sponsors of this effort at the WTO. But there are a lot of countries that are still red, still against this, or are undecided, including both Mexico and Canada. So interestingly, we had some recent developments on this, including French President Emmanuel Macron. He came out today saying he is supportive of a temporary patent waiver, telling reporters he's, quote, very much in favor of opening up intellectual property, which is good. But I also saw a statement right before we went live from I don't know which representative of the German government it was, saying that they're not going to support that as of right now. Canada, as of right now, is not supporting it, and that's really something. People for Bernie, a great Twitter account, pointed out, imagine being worse than the US government on a global public health issue. That's Canada right now, and it is, yeah. And so that's a lot of red countries, including, by the way, Brazil, who is just, they're doing really bad. Like, people aren't focusing on it too much because of how bad things have gotten in India over the past few weeks, but Brazil is still being decimated by this pandemic. And as of right now, they're standing with these other countries that have got much higher rates of vaccination to stop the change from being made.
Yeah, I agree. This is, when it comes down to whether we should peel back these patent waivers or not, there's a very easy way to sort through all those things and take into account the reason that companies who have invested money into those vaccines typically have this argument, which I agree with. It's like, if I put my money into developing something, then I should own it. But that only holds if you put all the money in. If you got money from governments to develop that patent, then the people of those countries should own some kind of version of it. That's one thing. And so with certain, if a company who developed a vaccine did so in a vacuum, fine, I'm fine with that. The other things that are they're in terms of a monopoly, yes, there are multiple companies that have this vaccine. So that would create some kind of competition with them. But the one thing that we really need to focus on is the reason that these countries are against having the IP patent stuff waived is because they're afraid of the ripple effects in other industries. But those countries that do that already admit that medical industries are different. That's why they have universal health.
Special case and a special time.
Yeah, exactly. So there are many reasons where you're like, well, we can write into the law in this case at this time, that's fine. But for people to say, no, this is exactly like a new shoe technology, that's psychotic. It's not like a new shoe technology. There's all kinds of shoes and all kinds of places you can buy shoes. And no matter how much you can pump it, that's still a shoe. This is a life-saving thing that countries invested in to save their people, yes, but it seems like if you're throwing 1 billion people at a contagious disease, and that disease mutates, you're just asking for trouble to come back to your backyard because you didn't take the extra steps now, after you already bought it, after these companies made a lot of money by having it get bought. We also we made it faster. We expedited the process of innovating these vaccines and it worked. People have them and they work. We should probably expedite the pace with which we peel back the patent on it, if only temporarily during the crisis, after they've already made a grip of cash.
So much money, and will continue to make so much money. I mean, you could figure out what were we calling for like 2 or 3 months ago was allow them to manufacture your vaccine and you get a certain cut, or the government gives you some money or whatever. Like, you can figure something out that will continue to give you mountains of cash. You can do that.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.